Good morning, my friends. We are back in the office here at Gooey headquarters with Camera Mandy behind the camera. Say hello, Camera Mandy.
Hello.
We didn't have Camera Mandy for a couple of weeks because she was at Disney. Yes, she was partying at Disney with all kinds of crazy people and Goofy and Mickey and all them weirdos, right?
I most certainly was. In fact, since you guys missed me, I know so much.
No, they loved Lawrence. They thought he was fabulous.
I know. And he was fabulous.
He was. Lawrence, thank you, my friend. You're marvelous.
He was fabulous. But with that said, I brought just like a couple pictures.
So we get a little photo album?
Yes, okay.
She didn't tell me this, you all. I just want you to know, people who bring their baby pictures, right, and their trip pictures over to your house and show you like 300 pictures.
That's me.
Annoying. All right, go ahead, show us.
I'm so proud. There's Epcot.
Yes, that was Goofy, yes?
Yeah.
Go back. That's better. That's better than Adam. Yes, go back to Goofy. Yes,
there was no Goofy. That was the Epcot ball.
Oh, I was hoping it was Adam. I was hoping it was Goofy.
Okay.
It's the yellow vest.
Yes. It's a Wally hoodie.
Ah, nice, Wally.
And this was us on our last day. It was so sad. It was such a brilliant trip. But with that said, I'm happy to be back. Whoops. Sorry. Need to work on the clean cuts. I know.
Clean
cut.
That
was my bad. That was my bad.
I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. We are excited for the program. First and foremost, we have wonderful Nate, who's going to join us, who was one of the 3 contributing authors to the Vyndraxian territories, right? The wastes and the tundra. And so we are very excited to have him here. We're also very excited because we get to see Camera Mandy's new Hanataz video. She's going to preview that, right, Camera Mandy?
Absolutely.
We're all excited about it, right?
I am very excited about the Hanataz video.
And this is content we're going to give to our folks that they can actually use to, when they're running the adventure, to prepare their players, right? This is a pre-video for them to do before session 0. Is that correct?
Yeah, so basically the idea is that, so I'm a player, and so I went into this understanding how players need to process all of the information. And the idea of this is that when you are a player in the Hanataz tribe, you are going to know all of this stuff because you grew up in the Hanataz tribe. So, like, and I could talk a little bit more about this.
This is only part 1, right? That's worry about when we get there, but it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to show it. How come I'm bouncing around like this, Camera Mandy?
You're not bouncing around. I'm just fixing you in the bubble.
So what is everybody else seeing?
Just you right here.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well,
I was doing some behind the scene.
There's all kinds of behind the scene work going on.
Yeah, I was doing some behind the Anyway, all to say.
All I know is I was going to get this.
Yeah, because I was trying to get you to sit here. So here, we're going to go to social media now. I was trying to get him centered in the little bubble because he was not centered earlier.
Yes, this was a little wild week in the social media front. Yes, there was some obnoxious things done by Lolo. Yes, some beautiful things we put up. Yes, and some friends came to visit.
Let's start with one of the beautiful things that we put up.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us what this art is, because it is absolutely stunning art.
So this is Edvard, and we are working on Dark and Haven, as you all know, the box set, and we have all the maps completed, but we want to have wonderful artworks in that box for different major localities when people go to visit them. And we're really excited about it because I'm sure Camera Mandy in the next Kickstarter will take more of these and make more scenescapes. This is what I'm hoping,
right?
Oh, my
goodness. I hope that we have...
Wouldn't the College of Magic be a wonderful scenescape?
Yes, I want hundreds of scenescapes. Like at some point, I want... Oh, we should talk about the scenescapes because I wasn't here when they launched. I know.
Oh, yeah, we will. But let's do social media
I know
first.
We are doing social media.
I don't have anything keyed up.
I am. I'm so excited to be back. I missed everyone. I did watch the last 2 episodes. Lawrence did do a really great job, and I really appreciate those episodes, and I loved learning about the Vyndraxia. I'm happy to jump in on the tours. But yeah, I missed everyone. I missed our Saturday morning chats.
Yeah, some good times.
So yeah, but this will be a beautiful scenescape whenever it's done.
Indeed. All right, so this is the College of Magic, and actually there's a number of little Easter eggs in here. There's a little fairy flying around. There's a little thing in the flowers. There's these lit up windows on the left-hand side where some crazy magic thing is going on. And if you look really carefully on the right-hand side in one of the windows, we have a little homage to our friend Rob Gustafson, yes, with his character Zixcramus. Yes, Zixie is in there.
Where's he at?
In the little window in the far right-hand side down Just barely visible.
I mean, I saw the person in the window when you posted it. I didn't know it was Zix Ramus, and I think that's awesome.
Yes, no, it's not. It's a more of a homage to him, right? Because it doesn't. We didn't want to put it'd be hard to get him in there in the face and make it hard on Edvard and all that kind of stuff.
Trey wants to know if they have financial aid.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. In fact, when Zix Ramus wrote a response to Gail Red in the social, right, about applying, there was something about that, but he didn't want to have anything to do with it. He was kind of grouchy, to tell you the truth. He's mostly kind of grouchy, actually, when I interact with him.
Is that why you guys are such good friends?
We are, yes. We hang out and play Zis.
I know.
Yes, I win most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is from David.
Oh, David, yes, this was marvelous. This is the You Point We Bash group, right? Is that what they're called? Or You Point We Beat 'em Up?
Yeah, You Point We Bash.
Yeah, that group, yes. And they're a blundering bunch of buffoons. This is what I understand, yes? So David posted this up, right? This shows pictures of the game, right? And their encounter. Yes, really fun. David, thank you. We always love this kind of stuff, and again, I want to tell you, we have some of the better content of many of the groups that I'm involved in. Lots of groups just take pictures of old covers of things and all that kind of stuff, which is cool because I like seeing old covers. But, once you've seen the same old cover 7 times, you kind of go, whoa, this is not so good, right? But we have all these wonderful people bringing all this wonderful content. We have, funny things and inspiring things and beautiful imagery. And I really appreciate all of y'all who participate and throw things up here. So,
well, speaking of kind of funny, sad things. Okay, so this is from Christina, and I actually saw this making the rounds in a bunch of the groups that I was in, and I wanted to give an update on Barnaby. So basically,
this was heartbreaking.
I know, it's the story of this dragon. If you have not heard of it, it's the story of this dragon who met a party, and he just loved the party, and he loved talking to them, and he didn't want to leave them, and so they basically pretended like they were going to come back and he should plan a party for when they came back. And then they never came back. And it was all sad and it made the rounds on Reddit and it made the rounds on Facebook. With that said, if you Google Barnaby's party, or not Google, if you Facebook it, there are now Facebook groups where parties are
happening for Barnaby.
For Barnaby. So Barnaby can have friends again. And it's just, I think it's one of the more wholesome things that I've seen in the community in a long time. And I just thought it was very sweet. So, Christina, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, it was really cute. I enjoyed it very, very much. What's next, cameraman? Oh, yes. We've seen this one once before, but this is amazing because this is a Magic the Gathering card, which has a goo on it. Yes, which is that not marvelous?
Yes, I can't. Anytime that there's Gooey Cube art, even if it's not our Gooey Cube art, I have to show it because I love everyone's interpretations of it. And this one I think is especially dynamic with the person being sucked in to the goo.
Sucked into the goo.
And we want more people sucked into the goo.
Suck on, people.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm a little hyper today. I'm in
that.
such a good mood. I don't even care. Say whatever you want today.
Oh, say whatever I want.
I know. I'm in such a great mood. Okay. This one's from Michelle.
Oh, yes. Marvelous. The loot.
Yes. And basically, she ordered. I love Michelle. Like, she's so eclectic, and she, I mean, she has so many different interests. She does lots of painting.
Yeah, she's painting right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just thought all the bards out there would appreciate a beautiful loot.
Play it out, Adam, because I've seen your character with one of these. Yes, has I not? Yes, marvelous.
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay. So the last thing is this mishap.
This is the last thing?
Yeah. Nothing else happened in the den this week at all.
Camera we're going to continue. There's a few more things
I don't think
that
so.
happened.
There's nothing else that
She's
happened
trying
in the den.
to stop the social media because of the infamous incident. Yes, the infamous incident. We can skip past this. We'll talk about this when we get to the adventure. Let's see what's next. Oh, yes. The nefarious Dark Lord of the Month, Cameramandy, who destroys Harry's minis. Yes.
No. Okay. I just want to clarify. And I want to clear my name.
Clear your name.
About what happened here. So basically, it was only me, Mike, and Kim, or sorry, Alphinius.
Alphinius is
I'm
Kim.
sorry.
Yes, the same guy.
Yeah.
Just different accent.
Yeah. Well, in this picture, it's Kim because you're not wearing your Alphinius costume. So I was.
Indeed.
Yeah. Anyway, so Josh came into the office. We were really excited to see him. We wanted a picture with him, and Alphinius / Kim was like, Mandy, we should take a picture like with a timer. And so I was.
So that Cameramandy could be in the picture.
So these are so basically, I had to set the timer. And then run over.
It is 5 feet.
So as you can see in the left part of the picture, the book there has all of some miniatures and the goo. And then if you look at the next one, take 2, it is not there anymore.
Yes, because they've been destroyed
by
Dark Lord of the Month,
bumped.
Cameramandy. Poor Harry. He's crying right now in his beer.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so
Are
then
you having beer
Alphinius.
this early in the morning, Harry? That's what I want to know.
Anyway, Alphinius, and I love that in this picture, Josh is the one who looks like the Dark Lord of the Month. I'm just gonna say. So anyway, so this spawned a whole huge conversation. As
Yes,
you
all
can see
manner
here,
of individuals saying all
and I
kinds
have-
of snarky comments.
I haven't even been able to read them all because I was working on the Hanataz video and I was like trying to finish it for the show, and I'm really sorry, but I do know that there were some really funny comments in there.
Again, though, I tell you, I appreciate you all. I cackle so much when I'm reading this dang thing, right? And
It's true.
Yes, it's marvelous.
I have been on the phone with him while he is cackling, but nothing got him cackling quite like our dear Lolo here.
Yes.
So she posted a comment. I know you did not just put our girl Camera Mandy in the shame hat in front of everyone like this. And thank you, Lolo, for having my back. And then Alphinius comments something back about how I'm a mean girl.
Indeed.
But Lolo is our graphic designer who has done the beautiful graphics for Goo Morning Zyathé. So she
Yes,
just
Lolo,
like
they are beautiful, but this
Yeah.
is impertinent.
she whips this out so quickly.
Impertinent.
She goes. So yeah. Anyway,
There was something
very
about
funny.
the inventor
Of toaster
the
strudel.
Yes, there was something.
But you know, Lolo's not the only one who can make memes. So then Alphinius is like,
When you give full in to the mania.
Yeah.
Yes.
but I'm just saying you should be careful because I now have my own custom lightsaber
I see that.
from Disney
Yes,
World.
it's made of plastic and it has no heat.
It
whatsoever.
is not made of plastic. It is a real lightsaber. I can attest. So
2 AA batteries. That's a great shot.
I think
though,
it is
Camera
4.
Mandy.
I think it is 4.
Okay.
4 AA batteries. But yeah. Anyway, okay.
All right, let's go to James. 'Cause I
Last
love what he's
thing,
doing.
yeah.
James
Okay,
next?
this
Yes,
is
it's
going to
marvelous.
transition us into the Hanataz video that we have for you guys today. Okay, so basically, James has put together this graphic for his players. I'm going to like cut in closer to it here. And actually, I'm just going to, oh, sorry guys.
Yeah, go full screen on it.
I'm going to do what I can do here to make it just a little bit bigger. Cut, and then...
So,
Sorry.
you know, the part of the thing while we're doing this, just so, you know, trying to create more immersion and trying to give people more this feeling, right, of place and feeling of being there, right? So James does this sort of, this artsy sort of board, right, which has a lot of different information. It has map and all this kind of stuff. And it's really, really a wonderful technique. Something that others might want to take a peek at and check it out. And James is fantastic. Anyway, this is his board. It is really, really cool. So
Yeah. And again, like I think a graphic like this is super helpful to set the scene for your.
Well, then he adds to it, right? He changes
Yeah.
things up, right, as the adventure continues, and really, James, it's impressive. I think you run a good game, so this is marvelous. All right.
Anyway, and I've been talking with James on the Facebook about some ideas for.
James also has been working on this
video.
calendar with the calendar folks, and we got something that might be coming here pretty soon with a calendar for Zyathé. Where people,
that's cool.
well, it's complex because obviously there's Solvent Days and all this interesting stuff that goes on, but we're pretty excited. James done some nice things.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
awesome.
appreciate him for doing that.
Okay, so all this is going to lead us into what I'm working on, the project that we were talking about earlier, which is the Hanataz video. And so the video
It really is marvelous. my
Yes,
friends.
and there's going to be, so this is the first part of it, and then I'm working on the script right now for the second part. But this is basically just the hype video. This is just to get people excited to play. So we're going to go ahead and premiere that right now.
Let's go.
So.
That is marvelous, yes. What do you think? Are people saying nice things in the chat or really mean stuff like you're a mean girl?
I think they just finished it, so I think we gotta see what they think. Someone does say goosebumps and tears. This is so great. That was amazing. Yes. I want to send that to my players. Okay, and so yes, this is the idea, is that this is going to be a video that you can send to your players. And the second part, we're going to be shooting with Kimmy, who is the amazing talent who did the Dungeon of Duonix videos.
She did.
And basically, we're trying to make the Hanataz more digestible for players, because it's a lot of information. And as I said, if you're playing it as it is written, you have grown up with these people.
Yes.
It is an environment that you're familiar with. And I remember when we started playing, it was a lot of should we go here or should we go here? But if you're role playing as the pre-gens are written, at least, you have done this before. You have been to this carnival.
You've been security many times. Yes,
exactly.
Right, all of that stuff. No, and also, Camera Mendy, one of the things that you and I've talked about as well is whether folks would like a reading of the being Hanataz, right? So this is another, this is another thing that we might need to do as part of sort of this introductory thing. And I think with folks like that, it'd be nice to know if I did a reading of that, would that be welcome? And we could probably put some imagery over the top of it, right, and make it kind of cool.
Absolutely.
So hopefully we're going to continue to add to the Red Star Rising campaign, because honestly, we hope, except for those people who obviously have just one table where they play only once with the same group all the time, but we hope that for those, and there's quite a few, right? And I apologize, I've got Nate. Nate's going to be on here pretty soon, and I've got to be able to hear him, and so I've got this thing in my ear that is kind of dangling, right? So it's a you never want things dangling, right? But it's dangling. Anyway, but we are really excited to support the tables to come and the tables that are with some cool stuff about the Hanataz.
Well, and this is just the first video I have planned in a series of videos for Gooey Cube, in terms of I want to break down Zyathé a little bit more. I want to break down like the Contributors Guild. I want to do like a series of videos that people who are completely new to Gooey Cube can watch and understand what we're doing here, and make it really easy for them to understand all of because we have so many things going on. We have the deck of Perilous Fortuity. What does that compare to this? And
indeed, there's all, and on top of that, we also have wonderful people who help, right? But if you don't ask a question, which a lot of people are a little intimidated sometimes, right, to ask a question, that gets difficult, right? So it's better for us to be able to do these things. So we're very excited about doing this. So let's move to the next thing, cameraman. Are you ready? By the way, marvelous. It was really, really well done.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to be cutting over to Nate in a second. Do you want to intro Nate?
I will. Yes. So do you have the 3 images that I sent you? The first 3 images. So we need to do that. So So as you all know, is part of our mission, right, is to give folks who have never had an opportunity to write or be published, who have a little bit of game, right, to be able to contribute to our world. And obviously, if you're going to do a little more significant contribution, you have to have a little more writing skills and all that kind of stuff. But even with the Contributors Guild, even if you're not really, really skilled in writing, don't worry about it. We'd love to have your contribution. We'd love to give you a little reward for doing so. And then we'd love to put your idea into the weirded world. So in the tundra, in the waste, what we call Vyndraxia, the territories, right? Advar Gunnison, who is Jason, worked on the wastes. And then together, Michael and Nate, who are the next 2 images. So the next one is Michael, and this is a Grundar. And Grundar is one of the chieftains in the territory, in the tundra. And then there is Hundar. And I hope I got that right, Nate. So this is Nate's portrait. Those are Michael's and Jason's portraits. And they actually appear in the Essenverb tome. And we're really, really excited to talk to Nate today. So Jason couldn't do it. He does cons almost every weekend, which is part of their business. And Michael is actually in Japan. So this was not the best opportunity for him to be able to join us. But we got Nate, and that is exciting. Also, I don't want to not say, I know we had help. Marvelous AJ helped us with the Vyndraxia. Marvelous Josh helped us with Vyndraxia. Jim helped us with Vyndraxia, and some other folks. And so I don't want to forget people who have also helped with the contribution of Vyndraxia. All right, Nate.
Okay, we're going to be cutting to Nate.
Right. There he is. Drinking. Oh, yes, of course. Drinking.
Excuse me. Sorry. Drinking the blood of my enemy from the skull.
Well, why not?
Of course.
Why not, indeed. So Nate, you've been Gooey for a long time, my friend, right? You've been hanging around for quite. What kind of started the whole thing for you?
There was this crazy wizard that I stumbled upon.
Cut to Nate directly. Hold on a second, Nate. I want her to go and get you full screen so that we can let you talk a little bit here.
Okay.
Can we do that? Or is that
I can. I just wasn't ready for it. Just give me.
Yes. So Nate, when was it? It was when did you kind of start hanging out with us?
I don't know. I remember there only being like 50 something people in the Gooey page.
Yeah, it was small. Right? It was just the beginnings, right?
So I actually have a question because I did not test this. When I cut to Nate, I need to know if people can hear Alphinius talk.
Oh, okay. So we'll give him a shot.
Yeah. So.
All right. I am talking. Can you all hear? Does this work? This is the new functionality from Cameramandi. So we need to know if this is working. Are you getting an answer?
Okay, yes, they can hear you.
Yes,
okay, awesome.
Marvelous.
So then we can cut to Nate seamlessly. Okay,
nice.
Thank you guys.
And now you can cut back and forth between his portrait and him. That would be swanky.
I can't do that.
Oh,
I mean, I could.
Cameramandi.
Hey, I could. You didn't.
No, it's good. It's good.
You didn't prepare me. No.
Let us just stay here. This is marvelous.
I can like. Oh, not there. That was a little too big. Nope.
No.
I guess I could just do this all day long.
Perfect. Do that all day long. Oh, nice look, sir. All right, so Nate, tell us a little bit about the tundra. And I know you were peripherally involved in the wastes, but I want you to stay, if you don't mind, for the tour. Will you do that as we go through?
Absolutely.
Marvelous. All right, tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit. What inspired you? What was the right? All that stuff.
Honestly, I think initially we was just looking at the geographical location. I think is like what a lot of people will develop their cultures from. I mean, I looked at it really as like, how would this culture, build themselves upon this land that's just like rough and full of like, if they look at the Vyndraxia tundra, you start looking around the areas around them, you start to realize they're surrounded by dangers. Like to the north, they got the Arachnoids. To the east, they got the Elves and the Valandians, coming down from the south, and then to the south, you got the mountains and you got, all of this, and even underneath of them, devils deep within the earth. And then you look to the skies, you got the Worm Death Chasm right there as well. And then, you got these ancient dragons flying up ahead. So legitimately in the tundra, you are surrounded by dangers and molded by that.
Yes.
So you have this rough culture, this culture of rage and bloodlust, fury, and just madness within the confines of humanity. And like, people go there and, and they got these huge beasts they ride upon. It's kind of like, okay, so how does that culture develop? How are they actually, succeeding in society?
And they also have this secret, right? Which is this devil, they are the descendants of outsiders, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yes. So
absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, a lot of it's unknown. So a lot of the histories of the tundra, right, is through the storytelling, right? That's like verbal storytelling. So a lot of the histories aren't actually written down in the books. So a lot of it's open for interpretation. So a lot of people believe that they called upon the devils to help them with all these great evils and surrounding, things that are going within. That's kind of as the stories tells. But there might be something deeper within that, though. If you read through say again.
There often is, yes. There often is something deeper.
Indeed. Like if you start reading the text within the tome that is going to be released, selfless plug, you'll start to find little tips and hints within the book. You start to realize, like you see that the land's like absorbing the blood, and they're going down to the reaches of the pits of the soil within the land. You come to find out that the core rat, absorbed it, and that's what defines them as well. And then you start to realize that, everyone in the tundra might be a little bit connected, as if there might be a little devil within everybody. Or maybe not. I don't know.
No, maybe not. Well, the tale goes, if people believe, right? And the problem is the history is all so whacked up because of the woe of ruin, right? All the annals and all of the historical things were all, destroyed in this thing, right? But if the truth is told, right, Vyndraxia was a territory and the Aetherns fought them because of this devilry, right? But we don't really know for sure. You were exactly right. A tale still in the telling, my friend.
Exactly. So, well, yeah,
All right.
it's
Well,
just molded by danger.
yes, yeah, indeed. So they are barbaric, right? These are barbarians, right? And they are very tough, right? And that's why they were able to
Absolutely.
rout the arachnoids and some other things like. So tell us, and there's a lot of mixed, right? It's a lot of mixture of races and individuals, right? And mixed races and all that kind of stuff in these tribes. Is that correct?
That is correct. So a lot of like my character that I have is also the half Garoon, half orc Arachnoid.
What we
I
call the
wanted
aura
first. I just
aguru.
like those. I just like the
Sorry,
order
I
of
know you're
Guru.
on a delay, Nate. I know. I apologize. I'm getting a little bit. It's a little bit hard for us to coordinate because Nate's a little bit in front of me, and so it's hard. But the aura aguru, right? So continue. I apologize, my friend. Keep going.
Oh no, you're good. Personally, I just wanted to be one of those because I thought the art on that was just fantastic. I was like, oh, that's what I want to be. So I was like, all right, well, how would that character, reside within there? Where did he come from? But then I was kind of like, well, there's people within the tundra that have always been there, but there's also people that have escaped other regions that or have moved to the tundra as well, escaping other things as well. But once you arrive at the tundra, you come to realize that leaving the place might be a little bit more difficult than you might have imagined due to the harsh climates. You got the ice and grass to the north as well. That's not the most nicest places to travel within. Especially with the north and the cold winds and everything else going through there. So a lot of people, once they find that place, like it slowly becomes their home, and they kind of like a lot of people want to escape the tundra, but what they find though is like it's almost like the cold is calling towards them. It's calling them there, calling them to stay.
Well, the
And
thing
when they
is
leave the
also,
place,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, and then when you come to find out, when people actually leave the tundra, they feel called back to it.
So it's like it gets within them, right? It's sort of part of their being, right? Well, the thing that I love about it, right, is it is so real and it is so gritty. And I want to start the tour. And
we have a question before we start.
Oh, yeah, please throw them up.
And anyone who else has tours, I am taking note of them, so send them our way.
You mean questions, not tours?
Yes. That is what I intended to say. Okay. Do they live in huts that are on stilts with rope bridges between the huts in that marsh?
It depends on whom you are speaking with and which tribe. Different tribes have different structures, right? They have different setups, all that kind of stuff, right, Nate? So you could have literally have them living in caves. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so it's going to depend on kind of what region they are within the actual tundra. So there's a region up towards the north that's located by the Isengrads. So they have more transpo coming in and out and supplies coming in and out, which means their structures are probably a bit more defined. Whereas if you travel more to the south, those people, they don't got a lot of supplies coming to them. So they're basically using, what they have on hand, which is like Korat hides, and the bones of animals and dragons, creating their huts and their villages. And then you also have traveling tribes as well. So a lot of them are, easily pick up. So it just really depends on what region they're coming from and how they develop their little structural regions in that area.
And interestingly, blood-touched individuals are a little more well-received, if you want to call it that. They're not perfectly received, but they're a little more well-received in some of the tribes of the tundra, right? Because of their devil blood and all of this ancestry, right? So how does that work?
Well, I think in the tundra, in the Vyndraxian area, I mean, it's such a harsh climate that people, they don't care about like what you are or who you are. It's more like, hey, like if you're able to survive in this land, you have our respect. And it's kind of like, hey, just don't cross us, because then you're welcome to rage, right?
Yes, indeed.
But if you're able to survive, you have that respect, because it's kind of like, okay, we got dangers from all areas, aspects. So you have that kind of unwritten respect. If you come into somebody within their town or village, it's kind of like, oh, you survived the harsh climates, so you must be some sort of profound individual.
Yes, if you can make it here, right? If you can make it here, exactly, right, then you're with us. That's kind of the way it works, especially if you support the tribe. Marvelous.
Correct.
All right, Camera Mandy, do you want to start this tour or not quite yet?
Yeah, think? I'm almost done.
She's farting around. I don't know what that means. Any other questions?
I had to add Nate into the tour slide.
Into the tour slide. You had to be added in, so Nate, because I decided at the last moment to say, hey, why don't you hang for the tour?
So one thing I really appreciated last week and the week before about Lawrence was that he just like outright called you out several times about how last minute every single thing is. when it comes to these streams.
Well, you know, I do have a day job, right? This is part of the issue.
I know. Okay, so yeah, we are ready for the tour. So I'm going to cut over to our tour.
All right.
Thing. There's Nate. Hello, Nate.
Nate,
who I just added to our tour slide.
How come he doesn't get a little green box around
Because these are pre-graphicked templates.
Sorry,
and so
Nate,
if you wanted him to be in the tour, you needed to have told us yesterday so Lolo could have cut out a little box for him.
Well, we didn't know. We were still learning this software and trying to figure this all out. So in the future, we should have this. That'd be wonderful.
Yes, so now we know that Alphinius might just be like, hello, join us for the tour, and we will have a preset little box for our people. Okay.
And by the way, did you hear Nate use the word transpo? Yes, thank you for your service, Nate. We know where you come from. we appreciate your service, my friend.
Oh, thank you very much.
So this is a little recap that we're going to do, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of lead this thing, and then we're going to call on Nate for color. Just because of this delay between us, it's a little hard on him and hard on me to try to figure out how to break in and stuff. So Nate, I'm going to throw questions at you here and there, if you don't mind, as we kind of go through this little tour. Okay? Marvelous.
Absolutely.
All right, my friends, to remind you where we are, right? We are in the world of Zyathé, which is if you're really good, cameraman, I don't need to tell you to move to the next slide. You got this, because we're in the world of Zyathé, right?
Okay,
this is where Lawrence
I feel you, but just know that I'm also keeping track of the chat, and there's a billion things going on.
All right,
so
I will tell you every time.
I will do my best, so yes.
So this is the world. We are in the Vyndraxian continent, which is up there in the top left, and it's broken in half since the War of Ruin, you know, these tales. And we are in the eastern portion, up in the northern area, which is called the Vyndraxian Wastes.
Was this East Verdestia then?
This is East Verdestia.
Okay.
That is correct. I apologize for not saying so. You're right. Well done, cameraman. So this is the Vyndraxian Wastes, and the wastes are to the northwest of the territory, and they are split down the middle by the Worm Death Chasm, and then there is the tundra to the more southeast area, right? And Nate, just take a moment and just, the tundra is not so rugged as the waste, right? It has greenery. Yes, tell us a little bit about that the tundra.
Yeah, that's correct. So I mean, tundra. You think about the seasonal changes. I mean, so yes, there are seasons where it's going to be icy and frozen over, and it is very cold. But there's also times where it's, like shrubbery and greenery that covers the land as well. Mm-hmm. But also certain parts of there. But as we mentioned before, there is a darkness on the land as well, which creates some abnormalities within the land. So in areas that might supposed to be shrubbery and green, you might find that it's shaded and dark and cold and wintry.
Mm-hmm. And there are huge. And we're going to talk about them, but there are huge herds of. It's almost unnatural, right? That these many beasts can live in this area, and they attribute that to some magics that the Aetherns put here, right, in the past, right? Is that what it is?
Indeed. Indeed. One of the tales tell of the dragons, right? And they need to feed those such beasts. The land is magical, and it creates these herds, and they're able to sustain themselves off of the land.
Yes,
because you got to think, how do you feed such beasts? Well, go ahead.
No, keep going. I got to be careful how I break in, so I make it easy on you. Keep going. How do you feed those beasts?
That's fine. How do you feed such beasts? Well, I mean, that was the gods' problem, and they supposedly.
Yes. So there are all these herds of Korat and Quenda, right? And now Korat is more. It is edible, right? It's okay as a meat, right? But it is the Quenda that everyone really wants, right? This is like it's extra. It's like the Wagyu of. Is that right? Is that so everyone wants to get these beasts, right? And have them and have them for dinner, right? So it's a nice little barbecue with your friends.
Correct.
And so these massive herds and they can eat they eat small amounts of food. Is that correct? They don't consume a lot. Is that sort of the tale of them?
That's correct. And also some believe that they actually absorb the land and the soil through their hooves, and it's almost like that's to gain a lot of their nutrients from the land itself.
Nate's breaking up just a little bit, just so you know, Nate. Can you repeat that last sentence?
Yeah. So some of the tales tell that the hoofs, as they walk upon the land, and they actually have nutrients of the land. So some people claim that if you bring a Karat to a different region, they'll actually begin to change form and kind of like how they are molded. So, and it kind of like within the tundra, that Korat within areas, they all kind of take different shapes and forms. So, it's still the same creature. Think of like a cow. You got a cow, but you got different types of cows. Depending on
there are some that are even adapted to the water, right, Nate? There's some that can actually do better in the water.
Correct.
We have a ranger friends in the comments.
Oh, let's go.
And they want to know, are these tameable?
Well,
they want some companion.
Why don't you go to, let's see here, where we got a little image here. See if we got, let me see the images. Well, let me see the images, right? Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have it because we're doing the creatures right now. But indeed they are, right, Sir Nate? You can ride these Korats and the Quendas.
Yes, you can ride them. And I believe I put an edited picture on there of myself actually riding one.
Oh, shoot, yes. You need to, oh, doggone it. I'll show that next week. Cameraman, you got to remind me of this. Nate, you need to send that to me because that was funny. That was amazing. We should have had that for today. I didn't even think about it. Doggone it.
I have a few comments.
Okay, we got some questions and comments. Continue on, Cameraman.
This is just funny. I cast Detect Obvious from Tabletop Santa.
Snarky comments.
I know.
Yes, we have the snarkiest chat ever.
I know, I love it. And Corey says, I feel like we blame the Ethereans for everything. Someday we are going to have to pull up our britches and take responsibility for Zyathé.
Yeah, those damn Ethereans.
Yes.
All right.
And Gragnick is just in the chat being really appreciative of all of the things of Gooey.
Well,
says, the goo in the box is only a speck of what is in the world now. So
and it keeps going. This is the amazing thing, right? Because it's all of us, Nate. It's not just me and a couple of people, right, sitting in some ivory tower somewhere writing a bunch of stuff, right? We get to have a collaborative world. And I know it brought you joy because we've had chats, but tell me a little bit about what you think about
absolutely.
that. It's called dead air.
As far as like the writing.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, as far as like the world building process, I mean that was, to me, it was amazing. Like we all, I believe we got up in the Discord, and just cross talking, the building off there, like kind of the poking and prodding of the other regions, kind of like helps develop the story. Like actually, I don't like Indians. I don't like the way they used to talk to me in that chat. Like.
Yeah, the Valandians. Nobody likes the Valandians.
Except the Valandians.
Except for not even the Valandians like.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right. So so that's the waste. You can see it on that map, and this is the tundra. This is a picture of the tundra, and there's some very interesting things here, which is wonderful when you have a map like this, right? Because you can have your players look at it, and of course they're like, "Whoa, what is that?" Right? What is that? And the Vyndraxians have their own language. They also speak the common tongue. But you'll see things like they call lakes, luches, right? The luch. So you'll see some of this stuff. And we are actually trying, without being, Tolkien-esque, right? We are actually trying to have a little bit of nod towards languages and things like that to give a little more of this immersive feel, right? So Nate, we've got 3 slides to come up here that I just want you to kind of talk about the fjords and the mists and the ice and the ruins and all of that stuff that is up there while we do these 3 slides. Go ahead.
So within the tundra, obviously, the constant shifting of the ice and the seasons. A lot of that region, you do some research even in our own world. You got the geysers, you got the volcanic, eruptions going on. You got the ice breaking, and then you got the ice melting, and then you come to, as that ice melts, these ancient ruins start to become uncovered because they once were covered in ice. And it's kind of like also, what else was frozen within them? And like, okay, when the ice thaws out, what else out?
Right. And the tale gets told, right, my friend? So show us the fjord. So there are fjords, yes, like in the Northlands of our world, right?
Correct. Exactly. The ice melts and creates these kind of like lake or like kind of pond like features in there. So I mean, they got water and everything else. So. It's just so much adventure to be told, and those pictures look amazing, by the way.
Yeah, isn't it? Well, Nate, again, my goal is to over time be able to produce these artwork packs, not just for the box sets, but also for locations, right? So that again, to be able to sit there and say you're in the tundra and slowly reveal to your players 4 or 5, images, right? And all of a sudden, they're there, right? Just got this wow, So this is what I love about this next one. This is one of the Vyndraxian ruins here. Is that not marvelous? Look at that.
That's amazing.
So, and then the next slide here, talk about this one, Nate, because this is the people, right? Gives you the feel of it, right? Is this marvelous?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I think that's me in the background right there. I think
that is, you're in the back there. You're telling everybody, go kill those arachnoids right now.
Right.
Actually, you and Michael are having a little fist fight in the back because that's what you do as brothers, right?
Oh, of course. He never answers my calls.
Well, there's a wonderful tale of the death of your father, right? That
is correct.
In the Essenver book, and it's a good little tale, right?
Correct. I think people are trying to uncover some of the secrets that are within the tundra, because they might hold some more keys to success than people might have known about. So there's a lot of you got to think about it too. The tundra is full of untapped resources. They got the ancient ruins. You got the dragons flying there.
The Worm Death Chasm, which is filled with all this magical emanations from these dead dragons, right? All of that stuff, yeah.
Correct. So there's a lot of people trying to get within there and gather these resources, because it might turn some of the tides of just the overworld domination. So a lot of people are trying to get to that area.
Well, the Vyndraxians also used the 10th, 11th, and 12th cycles of magics like the Eterns did. They just weren't quite as good, right? And so, people are looking for these things, right? They are trying to figure out, how do we unlock those cycles again? So, and the people there are marvelous. I just love this next image. Goodness gracious, excuse me, Camera Mendy. This marvelous image of you just get such a feel, right, Nate? You just get such a feel of who they are just in this one, right? It's just it's marvelous.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just marvelous. All right, so we are going to move, and I'm looking at time. We're doing pretty good. So we're going to move to the creatures. And when we talk about creatures, right, we're not just talking about, and this is a Dractis, right? This is one of the new creatures in Zyathé. But there are many wonderful creatures that are here that are sort of tread the line of monster, right? So that's they sort of tread the line. So let's see the next one. So there's obviously more than a few true dragons, and in particular some of these more frost scale, the frosty dragons, right? The wintry dragon types, right? So tell me, Nate, there is some fear amongst the barbaric tribes that sometimes these dragons come, right, and can do bad things, right? Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. So I don't know how much you want me to give away, but I would say that there's if you buy the book, do it.
Go, sir. Go. Tell them.
East for Destia, now on sale. PDF versions available now.
Go ahead.
So there's a tale of the actual in the Vyndraxian histories, right? There's a tale of the two there's a war of the dragons essentially has occurred.
Yes.
And that is
Zendraka and Drakundra, right? The gods who made the dragons. Go ahead, please.
And within that war, there's conflicting point of views, the tales of the dragons, and it actually helped in the creation of the Worm Death Chasm. And actually, I believe there are temples there now as well, within that area.
There is one major temple to Drakundra and one major temple.
I think there's an amazing image that's floating around on the page as well of like this dragon priest on there. But of course.
When we do next week, when we do the places, which we'll do the monsters and the places next week, I will show that, and it's amazing, isn't it? Right? It's just this priest, right? Who is actually speaking with the dragon spirit. And gosh, I wish you have that, cameraman, if you want to, if you can find it, if you can bring it up.
What? Sorry, I'm reading the comments. Sorry.
Where the priest is standing and the dragon spirit is up there. I think you have it, but don't worry about it. Let's continue the tour.
I do have a question from,
Yes.
and this is why I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. How long do these dragons live if they are not killed?
So dragons can live a long time, right, Sir Nate? They got a long lifespan.
So correct, and actually, some of the first Vyndraxian people actually formed relationships with them. That is part of the war, actually, because some
one of them
came in
named
trying
Barnaby,
to
by any chance?
There was no Barnaby. Barnaby is just too
don't know.
sweet,
Actually, I think the Great Dragon War actually occurred on the day of the party, and that's why.
Okay.
He was the leader of the mad dragons, right? You don't have a party with me. I'll show you, you bastards.
Exactly. They weren't invited.
So, but no, dragons, there's wonderful dragon lore, which talks about why, in both the East Verdestia and West Verdestia tomes, and Marvelous Carrie helped us with that. And this dragon lore speaks to sort of how dragons were originally sort of friends with the hominids, and then the mistrust that came from the War of Ruin and all this kind of stuff. But dragons actually do hibernate for a long time. That was sort of the compromise that was made amongst the gods, that we wouldn't have this race, which is really what they are. They're not really a monster or a creature. They're really a race that would not just dominate the entire face of the planet because of their size, because of their magical natures, all of this kind of stuff. So let's look at the Korat. This is a Korat next. Here you go, Nate. Yes.
Oh, there you go. Actually, I think that one's mine, actually. Right?
Yes, that's your friend. What's his name? Yes. Spot. His name's Spot.
Yes. Spot. You can tell from that little tiny spot right there above his nose.
Yeah, right. So these are about 8-9 foot at the shoulder, right? So great for Gorund to ride.
Correct. And if you look right here, you kind of look at this one here. You see, obviously the large, horns and the chitlins.
Yeah, the chitin and thing. Chitinous growths, whatever you call them. Yeah, whatever they are. Chitlins, I think, is something else. I think it's a delicious food.
Audience weigh in.
Here comes the snark. Here comes oh, Nate, you just ignited the snark storm. But Grundur rides one of these, yes?
Actually, Hundar does. Hundar rides these, but also Hundar also is known to ride other creatures as well. But yeah, so
I know there's one creature in particular, right, that we're going to actually talk about that either this week or next. I think next week when we talk about the Wyvern Riders. Yes, we're going to speak on that.
Correct. Which is like a whole other. Yep, and those guys right there. I believe that is the
Quenda.
That's the Quenda there.
Yes, that is the Quenda. Yes. And they are. This is the delicious meat, but you can see that they could be a wonderful riding beast of burden, and also, of course, quite formidable.
Exactly. Now you got to think like, okay, well, these creatures have all these like the sharp objects and everything. All of them are like the horns and the spikes. Well, I mean, you got to remember, like, you got things flying above them that are trying to, constantly eat them.
Yes, indeed. Skip the next one, cameraman, and go to the one after that, like this. Right? Things like this.
Oh my goodness, look at the scale of that.
Yes, the giant eagles, the griffins, the Dractus, the wyvern, and of course the draconic beings.
I know all of our rangers and all of our druids are like, I would like to be with these animals and just live with them in peace, but enjoy their majesty if they'll let me.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Come on over to the tundra.
Hang out with a few barbarians. Get some devil blood. What's wrong with that? But the reason why these things have to have all these horns and stuff like that are because of creatures like this and creatures like the next one, right? Which is the long-haired wolf, and they are large. These are not small. These are not wolves that are like wolves you think about. These are maybe 4 foot at the shoulder, right? They're big, Nate, right?
Correct. Yeah. Like I said, there's just so many things that are just trying to, think of like some. I think the ongoing joke is like Australia. Everything's trying to kill you. Right?
Yeah, right. That's right. It's just a cold Australia, right? It's cold Australia.
Exactly.
And then this one here, this is
the
polar
Ursoon. Everything.
Yeah, right. And this is the polar Ursoon, which is
the Ursoon. And actually, I want to say there's there's a tribe, I think, or a group of individuals that I don't know if it made it into the actual
It did,
publication.
my friend. It is there. Yes, it is
Um,
there.
but I want to say there's actually a few individuals that are actually more closely tied to the Urcern as well.
Yes. Some of them believe they skin change, right? This is some of the lore, right?
I suppose that is a tale still in the telling.
Tale still in the, and of course one of my favorite new Zyathic unique monsters, which is the Vlyon, right? Which is this marvelous beast here. You know, this is just. I love these, you know, but even then, right, this thing even has horns itself, right? Because horns are really to protect yourself from being eaten, not to necessarily always attack with, right? That's the idea, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, like if you just like, it's not every, dragonoid creature, dragonoid, I don't know,
that.
words. Some of them are like pesky little rodents, you know what I mean? Like just flying around, like gotta whack them around and, like who knows, exit out of this thing, it's kind of like, think of like raccoons, or like seagulls.
Seagulls. Nobody likes seagulls. And then the last one we will show is the walrus, which is
the walrus.
You see a lot of those in the northern region.
Yeah, and look at that. I love this image. I love this creature. This is great. Tell me, Nate. Tell me about the walrus, because they're not your regular walrus.
In the Vyndraxia region, which is up north, there's actually the walrus wrestling contest.
Yeah, this tells you they're pretty tough, these barbarians up there, right? The other thing that we wanted to do with the Vyndraxian waste and the tundra was really give a credible place where barbaric individuals would sort of come from, right? Because it makes sense that they would come from this region. They would have all of this barbarian thing, and of course, in the world of Zyathé, they have this blood, right? So next week we'll do the monsters and some special locations, and I think it'll be a lot of fun for folks to finish the tour. Nate, you're marvelous, my friend. Thank you truly for being a part. You got anything to say to the rest of the folks who are checking out the stream today?
Scored.
Which will be in the Vyndraxian language. Thank you, Nate.
Thanks, Nate. Hey, do you mind hanging up? Because Riley's got to call in Nate.
Yeah, because we got to stay on, because you might win a set of Gooey dice.
Go join us over on Twitch. Oh, everybody, this is the time. If you're not on Twitch, if you're watching on Facebook, please go join us on Twitch.
Yes.
So,
all right.
Riley is going to be calling in just a second so we can run our giveaway.
Marvelous. So this is the sort of, we had a practice round, so to speak, last week as we begin this adventure in this new complex, this dungeon complex in the Eastern Vyndraxia area, right? And so we're really excited about doing this. We're going to do little giveaways here and there, but everyone who answers correctly, as you answer correctly, you will build up points that will be like, if you think about, there's a basketball draft lottery. I don't know if some of you might not know about this, but basically what happens in basketball is they take all these ping pong balls, and depending on how bad you were in basketball, you get more ping pong balls, right? In this situation, it's how good you were to give you more ping pong balls. So the more you answer the correct question, the more entries you will have at the end of the adventure to win something really cool. And I promise it's going to be cool. We're talking about it. We're going to see, maybe it might be a portrait. It might be a special little shopping spree on GooeyCube.com. It might be a couple of books. We don't know, but it's going to be something that will be worth your while, I promise. And we might even give you a choice in case you've already done a portrait or gotten a book or something like that. So we will maybe even give you a choice to be able to choose your win. So anyway, Camera Mandy, have we got Riley yet, or are we still waiting?
He is on the call.
So go ahead and bring up this first slide. So as you all know, there's a little tale that goes behind this. We're not going to call it the Netherdeep anymore. It's even been changed on the maps because we have to find out from Marvelous David and a couple of others who said, hey, these marvelous folks at Critical Role are launching this ocean adventure thing called the Netherdeep. And even though I'm not really concerned so much about somebody being able to copyright Netherdeep, I'd prefer not to step on that, right? It's just respect, right? It's respect for other creators, and besides, we tend to have a little more unique names and unique things ourselves. And so it is now the Dungeon of the Naetherdark. Yes.
I thought your post in Facebook about this was hilarious.
It just moved you to just cackle.
I don't cackle. Hold on, Riley is calling me. Just give me a second.
Well, anyway, so this is the new name of the same place that you were going, right? So just as you know how you do the rewind, right? That's what we're going to do, right? So in the Uldroik territory, there is this location, but your adventure doesn't begin at that location. It begins. Go ahead and take us to the next slide. If you
Okay, and I'm dealing with some.
You got a technical issue?
Yeah. So
well, don't worry about it. I'm going to tell a tale.
Yeah, you guys go ahead and tell the tale, and I will get Riley back on here.
Yes, plenty of time. So this is the territory map, and this shows you the land that is kind of to the south and west of most of the Wormrest mountain range. The Dawnspire mountain range in East Verdestia. And the Dawnspires are some of the largest mountains in the world. And of course, it is where Amosthal, the flying city of the Eterns, still remains. And the Uldroik territory, because of Amosthal, because of corruption, because of a lot of wild groups and barbaric savage tribes of gnolls and even arachnoids, and also because of hominid bandits and these kinds of things. This is like a perfect place for them all because it's not really populated. It's not a place that even the armies of Venzentia nor of Donvin are really interested in going to chase a bunch of marauders. So it really gives them room to hide and to protect themselves. And you are currently at this place called the Bleakwater Station. That is where you find yourself. And it is one of the fortified inns along the Bogshore Road. And the Bogshore Road is this, is to the left, right? You can see the bog, and you can see the woods there. And then, of course, the Uldroik is further to the east. And as you look at the Bogshore Road, you can see the bog on the one side, and you can see these multiple inns. There's Stinking Fingers and of course the Bleakwater Station is right there at the intersection of the river and the bog and the road. So you can see all that right there. And so if you look all the way to the right of the map, all the way to the east, right there, nearly, not all the way, but close, right there at the base of the mountains, you will see the Naetherdark. So your adventure is not just to go from Bleakwater Station and suddenly appear at the Naetherdark. We're going to have to get you there. And we'll see what happens as this adventure continues today. Have we got our technical difficulties nailed out?
Riley is in. Okay, so next up.
Yeah, so this is the Bleakwater Station. This is where you find yourself, right? And you, as we learned last week, we have hired a couple of scoundrels, if we want to call them that, right? This next one here, this guy, right? Go ahead, cameraman. This next guy, yes, this guy. Yes, this guy. And then, of course, this guy, which we all know is truly a scoundrel, which is Teok Brystone. And, of course, you all know that Teok is Harry's character.
I love Zyathé. Harry.
Well,
is
everyone
his character.
loves Harry.
And I don't think he is a scoundrel.
You don't think he's a scoundrel?
Yeah, I think he's one of the best supporters of Team Hat that we have out there.
Harry, you're a scoundrel for sure. Dark Lord of the Month, cameraman. One of your servitors. Do not go to the next one.
He's definitely not one of my servitors. He is 100% his own person.
He is 100% his own person. So basically what's going to happen as we progress through the adventure, we're going to do it every week. It's not going to be very long, but we're going to do it at different times depending on what's going on in the stream. But you're going to have a chance to either solve a puzzle, answer some trivia, perhaps a combination of both, or remember something that was said earlier. And this is how we will do it. Oh, Colt and Corinne is here. Come here, baby.
Say hi.
Yes, come here real quick. Come here, just real quick. This is Colt's marvelous little daughter. Her name is Corinne. Come here, baby. Hi.
Hi.
Say hi. Nice. Everybody in the stream is saying to you, say, hello, everybody in the stream.
Hello.
Say it a little louder and a little more enunciated.
Why?
Gotta say it loud enough so that they can hear you.
What? This is.
We are
I
getting
don't know what this is,
party
but this
crash
is,
here.
This is something else. What is
The
this?
best kind.
Nah.
I have,
Okay.
Good to see you.
I
Mwah.
have money too.
I see that. Yes, you do. You got some cash. All right, go. I got to finish our
So
thing.
we can do our thing. Watch the left, watch the scores and stuff.
All right, all right, all right.
Surprise guest in Zyathé. Bye,
So
Corinne.
Corinne and she has a little sister and a big brother, and they are Colt's kids, and they are marvelous, and we love them dearly. And we didn't expect them to show up. That was certainly not planned. Anyway, you are at the Bleakwater Station with this marvelous group of scoundrels, these pair of scoundrels. And the scoundrel Teok looks at you and says, "Now you'll be knowing that we're going to be having to take a little journey before we get to where you'll be wanting to go. And it ain't an easy one. It'll take us along the river road. Yeah, right by Enseldrag. Yeah, the cairn, where most foolish people tread, and you clearly are of those. You better keep your sword sharp. You better keep your magic ready, because it is not a place for a faint of heart. After that, we'll cut across, and we'll go through the wood, where there be all manner of fearful thing wanting to eat you for dinner, if you get it. Now, I've got a question for you, because I'm not sure we really want to go with you, unless you got at least some memory. Sorry, that was Alphinius. But anyway, let's do this.
With that
Where
With that
are
said,
you? I'm sorry, go ahead, cameraman.
I will just say, I just want to comment, your face was exactly like the portrait's face as you were doing that accent. It was very impressive. So,
Well, here we go.
yeah, go.
Where are you going on your adventure? This is the question. Now, here is how you answer. You put an exclamation point, and you put either A, B, C, or D in the chat. You will not see whether you won or lost or were right or wrong or any of that stuff, because it would enable others to see that and then wait to see which was the winning one, right? So all of that is kept secret, and we will announce it at the end once everyone has done it, right? And I've got to give Riley a little more time than I did last time. I learned this on the what do we call it? The pre-test or whatever we did it. I learned this. So I'm going to give Riley a little bit of time, and we'll talk about stuff, and we'll go from there. So here's how this is going to go. All right, the question is, where are you going on your adventure? And the first answer A, now listen carefully, is the Norther Down. Yes, answer A, the Norther Down. Answer B, the Nether Deep. Yes, the Nether Deep. Answer C, the Naetherdark. Yes, the Naetherdark. Or answer D, the this is the bad answer, got you in trouble, D. Yes, that is the answer D.
That doesn't...
I had some quippy thing that I forgot.
Yeah, okay. That was not your best improv. That was not your best
I had
improv.
a quippy thing written down. I should have just made it up as it went along.
Okay,
Anyway, so answer A, the Norther Down. Answer B, the Nether Deep. Answer C, the Naetherdark. Answer A, the Norther Down. Answer B, the Nether Deep. Answer C, the Naetherdark. Or answer D, the the navel dark.
You had a chance to pull it
navel
back?
down.
You had a chance to pull it back on that one?
Don't answer D, you will not win.
Oh, Donut. Donut definitely
Oh,
answered.
yes, Tyrone.
Yes.
Did we show Tyrone's portrait? I can't remember if we did that or not. Tyrone, did we show your portrait on Goo Morning of old broken Tyrone and his grandson?
I don't think that we have.
I think we need to do that next week. Put that on your little list, cameraman, will you?
Okay.
Now, as you are sitting in the Bleakwater Station, the smoke swirls about, and there is music playing in the background, and you are enjoying your time with these scoundrels, even though they do seem a little maybe not so trustworthy, especially the Hatter one, the Hatter guy. Anyway, as you're standing there, suddenly a very strange individual comes walking up to you. This strange individual is clearly blood-touched, but is not really receiving any sort of bad press, if you will, in the Bleakwater Station. In fact, it seems almost normal that he be there. Hello, I am Lokebut McCrave, and I could not help but understand and listen to hear what you said about going to the place you are going to go. Notice I didn't say it, because if I said it, some of you might sneak in with an answer right at the end.
Wait, the audience goes, your name is Lokebut? His name is Lokebut? I think that's the meme.
Yes, well, let's see here now. Yes, that's probably the me. Anyway, I could not help but hear, and I would love to go along with you. Yes, I am very capable on adventuring. Yes, and for a share of the treasure, I will be your companion. I am a bard. I can seduce anything. Yes, I can. So this is Lokebut McCrave. And as you are sitting there, he looks at you and he says, but I have to know if you have some game in this adventuring thing. I happen to overhear that you're going to be passing by a really scary place, which this dwarf spoke about. Yes, do you remember the name of the really scary place? What is the name of the ruin on the way to the Naetherdark? Which is, of course, the correct answer. But Riley's already got them now. We have to.
I hope so.
Oh,
He has not confirmed with me that he has gotten it.
No reposting. You live with what you got. If you answered the naval dumb.
Everybody said C except for Donut and I think Lady Dragon.
Yeah, because Donut did.
Lady Dragon voted before we gave the answers, so.
And Donut voted D, right? I know how he is.
Okay.
Naval down. Anyway,
Yeah.
What is the name of the ruin on the way to the Naetherdark? Answer A. Listen carefully now. Uzeldrog. Answer B. Enzeldrag. Answer C. Dunzeldrog. Or D. The Vile Desolation. If you answer D, you're a failure.
Wow.
Answer A, Uzeldrog. Answer B, Enzeldrag. Answer C, Dunzeldrug. Or answer D, the Vile Desolation. Make your choice. Exclamation point and the letter that you wish to choose. I hope you get the right answer because I really want to go with you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You have a couple people voting D just out of spite.
See, you're spiting poor this guy, Lokebut McCrave. Yes, indeed. Yes. How marvelous. Corey, I hope I'm doing him justice. I really do hope I'm doing him justice. Yes. All right. So the dwarf leans forward and goes, don't hire him. It's a mistake. Truly. And then he says, but if you do hire him, it's really important that you remember his last name.
Okay, so before you
I'm giving you a second, Riley. I'm giving you a second.
Well, I just want to make sure that we close out for the people know that we're
Are we closed out, Riley?
Or, yeah, Riley's coming on.
Yes, here comes Riley telling me.
People are still voting, so I'm waiting a second.
I hear something coming through the little thing over there.
People are still voting.
Okay, continue voting until we'll give you another moment. And that it is very important that you remember the last name of this wastrel that want to come with us. I don't think you should do it, just so you know.
And I'm closing it.
Okay, we are closed out. So we can give the options for the next one.
Answer A. McCrave. Answer B. McZoon. Answer C. McCreed. Or answer D. McDonald. Aha! Make your choice. All right, my friends. So this is how it's going to go. We're going to do this. This is, again, still we're kind of testing because Camera Mandy was back for the first time. But we will have, as we go along on the adventure, these various trivia questions, some of which will relate to the world of Zyathé, some of which will relate to the adventure that you're currently on. Some of them will be puzzles. We might have some riddles. We might have some interesting things. And you'll always have a chance to win. Now, here is the bonus question.
Are you
Oh, yeah, I can't do that yet. I gotta wait till Riley is closed out.
People a chance to vote. So
here's how this bonus question is going to work. Okay? Riley, all the answers are correct. So I make it easy on you. Because this is how we are going to draw the name for the person who wins the Gooey dice. Now, I won't do this every week. This is just for this week. We'll do this one time so that everybody has a chance to win, even you goofballs who decided to answer D a couple of times. So we're going to give you all a chance to win a set of Gooey dice, and I'm excited to do that, and I hope you love them. I know many of you have gotten some, but I think, as we all know, there is never too few dice, right? Too many dice. There's never too many, right? We always can use more. So here is your bonus question. Riley, are you ready? And every answer is correct. A, B, C, and D, so it doesn't matter. All right.
Oh, wait, let's make sure that are we closed out, Riley? On the last one?
Not yet.
All right, he's still
Almost
closing
done.
out the last bill.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I can only have one answer.
So all of the answers
Oh, and it sounds like he can only have one answer. So like.
Okay, Riley, the answer is C. How about that? Do you want to do C? We'll do C.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. All right, C is the answer for this next question. Are you ready? Who? Wait, I better do this tee up.
Yeah,
I better do this tee up.
just make sure that Riley's closed out
All right,
first.
Riley, are you closed out?
Almost. One more second.
We're sitting waiting on you.
I mean, I could talk more about my Hanataz video.
No, we don't want to.
Which
hear
is
any
so
more about your
exciting.
Hanataz
No.
video. We want to get to the winning the prize.
Okay, good.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Here is the question. Who is the Dark Lord of the month? Yes. Answer A, Zixguamus. Answer B, Tiak Brystone. Answer C, Lokebutt. His name is Lokebutt. Lokebutt McCrave. Or answer D, wait a minute, reverse that. Answer C, Camera Mandy. Or answer D, Lokebutt McCrave. They're all right. It doesn't matter.
I thought Lokebutt was going to win it this time.
He needs to be the next Dark Lord of the month. We will see
Okay.
what happens. Anyway, my friends, thank you. This was marvelous. We got a couple little announcements, then we'll let you go. We're a little long, but I'm trying to get this to an hour. I'm working hard on it. I hope you love Nate. He was wonderful. And we're going to try, now that we figured out this technology and how it works, we're going to try to bring on more authors. I think you're going to love that. We are binding a huge number of the Essenverd books, so we're going to start sending those out. The map packs are really, really ready to just go on the press. They're so scary with maps, just so you know. There's so many little things that can go wrong, right? And you just want to try to catch all the typos and all the mistakes. So we had a press proof come back. We had a couple of issues, but we're finishing that one up. We are right now working really hard on Magicka. We have a wonderful little group working on that. We just formed the the Gloomport team. So this is the last big thing we're doing. Darkenhaven is coming along incredibly nicely. You're seeing the works. Marvelous Keith has really gotten us down the road with Legends, Lore, and Libations, which was one of our stretch goals. And so things are really coming along. Chapter 5 as well. So we're going to really push hard over this next 90 days to get as much material as possible and get it into your hands. Hope you love the scenescapes. I think they're magnificent, and we're just going to keep on pushing out materials for you. I know folks have gotten Menace in the Mist, and I know they've gotten Strangely Gooey Holiday. Wait till you get to the Dead and Fallow and the Witch's Wrath and this marvelous Glooming Doom. These are marvelous adventures, and they are all pretty much authored at this point. They are not quite done, but they are pretty much authored. So all of you who backed us, we are going to continue on this crazy path. I know that the book was supposed to be 250 pages, and yes, it's 400 pages, but it needed to be 400 pages because there was so much wonderful lore. I know that the map pack was supposed to be 8 for the Essenverd, but the Ajvindun Archipelago didn't fall right in the maps, and so we made a 9th map, right? This is what we do because we want the materials that you have for your table to be as great as they can possibly be. And we thank you for your participation with this whole Gooey thing. We thank you so much for your support, for telling other people. What's crazy is that now, we never had this before, but pretty much every week now, a couple of orders come in, 3 orders come in, and we do no advertising, nothing. We haven't even been to a convention in a long time. And this is just you, this is our friends. And so we're excited because this year we're gonna start embarking, we're going to Gamma, and we're gonna embark upon our retail thing. We're gonna try to get in some retail stores, but only people who love the kind of thing that we do. We are going to a bunch of conventions, especially don't forget Genghis Con coming up at the end of February, last weekend of February. Please come if you can. There's gonna be a lot of Gooey folks there. We're doing the Gooey Genghis game show giveaway. It's gonna be fantastic. If you can't come, you can join online and win some prizes. And then, of course, we got Gary Con, and we got Salt Con, and we just push it forward. We're going out to be with Mike at Kubla Con, which is going to be wonderful, and out in California. And we're just gonna keep on pushing forward with all these conventions and see if we can make the world all Gooey. So,
okay,
cameraman, anything else? Got some questions?
I have Riley who's ready with the winners.
Oh, marvelous!
First
Let's
off.
do it. Yes.
And then second off, before we get to that, I just want to thank the comments because they are very sweet to me. Not so much to you, but to me, they are very sweet, and they appreciate my dark powers. Instead of shaming them, they appreciate me for who I am.
Look,
and I just want to say thank you.
Look at this poor Snogita.
Snogita, I did not kill.
You did.
I did not.
Snogita lost her rolling pin right here. This is
I
laying
broke
on the
another
ground.
one. Okay.
Poor Snogita.
Listen, my powers are clearly so. I didn't even know I broke Snogita. Okay, Riley, if you want to pop on and give us our winners.
Go, Riley, go. Let's get everybody out of here. It's getting late.
Sure thing. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Cool. Winner of the first one was Kiminora. I'm going to try the names as best I can.
Kiminora, woo!
Yay!
I will also announce it in chat just so you can see yourself. Number 2 is NGMX Guinness. I don't know.
That might have been Nate.
There you go.
Nate, was that
Number
you?
2.
That
That might
Nate.
be.
Yeah, that was Nate.
Nate, congratulations.
Congratulations,
We
Nate.
didn't fix it, I promise.
Yeah.
We didn't fix it.
Winner number 3 is Peter Andrew Payson.
Yay, Andy. Well done, well done. Yay, yay, yay.
And the last one is Near Feder.
Nerf Herder.
Nerf Herder. Come on.
Harry.
Come on. Harry wins. So Harry, you get the dice. And then what we're going to do is every week now, so every time you win, you get your stuff put in there. But we're also going to do a little prize every week. So we think we'll have a little fun with everybody winning a prize that day, but then also everybody getting entered to win the big stuff.
The grand prize.
The grand prize.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap.
Those 4 of you, if you could message us privately on Twitch, that'd be great. Or send an email to bookofknowledge@gooeycube.com. So
It would help Riley if you just messaged him right now. That would really help him, my friends. Just do that so that we can get it organized and he can take care of it, get it to Gooey L, and we get that taken care of. And Riley, thank you as always, man. You are wonderful and well appreciated around here for all the stuff you do for not just Gooey Cube, but for the day job too.
Cheers.
Always happy to be here.
All right, my friends, may all your adventures be sticky. Ha ha!